Hey everyone, this video is a full tutorial on how to build and publicly publish your own GPT in the GPT Store, so other people can use it and in the future even allow you to make money with your own GPT. We will integrate our own data and even allow our GPT to retrieve data from an API of our own website. To publish your own GPT with API integration, you need 3 prerequisites. You have to be a ChatGPT Plus user, you need to own your own domain, you need a server. If you don't own a server, I have a ref link which allows you to get $200 for free on DigitalOcean, where you can run a server for $5 per month. I use it since almost 5 years and I'm pretty happy with DigitalOcean. It's cheap, fast and reliable. To create your own GPT, go to chat.openai.com, click on Explore GPTs, then on Create a new GPT, and there you've got 2 options. You can do it with the help of another GPT, which allows you to do it in combination with an LLM, or you can just click on Configure and do everything on your own. I think this is the easier and better way to do it. So here you can configure it. I'm just going to show you what I did for my own GPT. So I'll just go back and click on my own GPT, so my GPTs, and there I'm going to show you what I entered here. As you can see, it is the same interface, but the information is already provided. On the top, you enter your name of your GPT. This will be displayed then here on the right side, and then below that you enter the description of your bot. So this explains what your bot is actually doing. So for me, it's a GPT that can answer questions about video content of my YouTube channel. So this is also displayed below the title, and then you provide instructions. So this sets the behavior of our GPT. So I want a bot that answers questions about my YouTube channel and also helps users of my Udemy courses to find information easier. So it offers expert coding related guidance, including answering coding questions and providing documentation. Below that, we've got conversation starters. Conversation starters give our user a hint what they can use our GPT for. For example, they can ask the question, please suggest a video about advanced LangChain, or what is the LangChain expression language? This is something the user can ask, and so the user can also think of different questions and enter it here. But the user is also able to just click on the button, and this will be answered by our bot now. Below the conversation starters, we provide our knowledge base. So we can actually upload data which was not trained into the model. So in this example, I uploaded up-to-date LangChain documentation to allow our bot to answer questions about LangChain. You can also upload PDFs, text files, CSVs, and so on. So everything you can think of, GPT will not be able to answer without the data provided by you. So just click on upload files and then just upload as many files as you want. I don't know the exact limit about how much data you can upload, but it's quite a lot. Then we can add capabilities. So do we want our GPT to browse in the web? I think for us this is totally fine. And you can also add DALL-E image generation and also add the code interpreter. I think this is also fine to add. Okay, now we can add actions. Actions can be used to retrieve data from a third-party service like our own API. So we can create a new action, or I use the action I already created. And here you can see we've got the option to add authentication. I don't use any authentication because our data or my data is publicly available. And now we need an Open API schema. An Open API schema is a specification that defines a standard language agnostic interface for a REST API, allowing both humans and computers to understand the capabilities of a service without accessing its source code. So this describes our API. The API itself is quite simple. It's a fast API service with 2 endpoints. It also incorporates a Postgres database, so where the data for the endpoint is queried. So we've got 2 endpoints, /YouTube, and there is a path parameter which is language, so we can get all videos from both channels, my German and my English channel, or you can just query the English videos or the German videos. So the videos are all stored in the database in that table, so nothing really spectacular here. And then I've got another endpoint called promotions. Here I store my Udemy courses and store my promo codes here. So if you want to get information about promotions on my Udemy courses, you can get it here. Then very important also, we need a data privacy endpoint. This is required for OpenAI. So here you can see that we've got this privacy policy endpoint, and this will live here, privacy policy. And this is the same here as in our API/privacy policy. This is an HTML response, so every user can see that we don't store any data of the user. So that's the API. I use Docker and especially Docker Compose to orchestrate the services in combination with two other services. So here's the Postgres database where I just download the image, database user and DB. Of course, this will be changed in production. And now we've got also Nginx. Nginx is a web server, and here I add my certificates because we have to serve our website over HTTPS. So we set the HTTPS port 443 and also the standard HTTP port 80. So to make that work, and if we want to access the HTTP port, we have got this nginx conf. So if someone goes to port 80, the HTTP port, then we redirect to HTTPS. And we also set the server name, which is my domain. And we also set in the certificates part, which is a full chain.pem and a private key.pem. I will show you a little bit later how to get these. And as you can see, I also got my openrp.yaml file, and this is the same file as here. So I just copy and pasted it here. And yeah, very important that you set the correct server URL, because this is how GPT will access the endpoints. So this is my URL, https coding-crashcourse.com, and these are the endpoints, so /YouTube and /promotions. Okay, now it's time to create our server. Like I said, I use DigitalOcean, and if you want to use it too, then just use my ref link in the description. Create your account and get $200 for free. So when you created your account, you have to create a new project, and in the new project, just click on create a new droplet. So then select your region. I use Frankfurt since I'm in Germany. And here you can pick your favorite operating system. For Linux, I would use Linux Ubuntu. And here is the size of our droplet. So droplet is the same as server. So I can choose a regular droplet, premium droplet, and so on. So the cheapest one is actually just $4 a month. So pretty cheap. And I think $4 or $6 is fine for us. Okay, to log in into our droplet, we have to create a new SSH key, or we can also log in via password. I prefer to use an SSH key since it's safer and easier to use. So just click on new SSH key, and to create a new SSH key, we have to use PuTTY or PuTTYGen to create a new SSH key. If you don't have PuTTYGen, just follow the link in the description. There you'll find how to download and install it. And after installing it, just click on generate, and now you've got your new SSH key. So you can just copy and paste it. So copy it here and then just paste it here. You can also select a name like my GPT and then add this new SSH key. Also very important, you have to save your private key and then just save that private key somewhere on your computer. That's my private key. I already saved it, called it port 1. And yeah, that's it. This key is needed to log in with PuTTY. So after saving your key, just click on create droplet. This will take up to, I think, 3 to 4 minutes. And then your droplet is created. Your droplet has got a specific IP. So this will look like that. Just click on the droplet. On the left, you can see your IPv4 IP address. Just copy that IP address, and now we can use that IP address to log in with PuTTY. After downloading and installing PuTTY, you have to enter the IP address of your host system and then add your private key. This private key has to be added under connection, SSH, and then on auth. There you can click on browse and then just here click on your PuTTY private key, save that, and you're good to go. So go back to session and then click on save. After that, just select that IP address, click on open, and then you have to log in. So first time you will get a warning. For me, it's not the first time I log in, so I don't get that warning. Just ignore it and you're good to go here. So the first step on a new server is to run sudo apt update. So I use root, so sudo is not required, but normally you don't want to use your root user to install packages. This may take a few seconds, and after that we have to install the Nginx package. This is required because we want to use certbot to get our SSL certificates. Okay, this works, and now we can use certbot. So You can get the installation process for the certificates under certbot.eff.org, and here you can select my HTTP website is running with Nginx and then the system. We use Ubuntu, so Ubuntu 20 or 22, it doesn't really matter, the installation is the same. So first we have to install it, so we use sudo snap install it, just copy that, and as you can see this is already done, but this will take a few seconds for you. And then we have to prepare the certbot command. So just copy that. As you can see, for me, it also exists. And now we can run certbot. So I will use this command, certbot --nginx, or you can only get the certificates. So I just copy it. And then you will be asked a few questions. The first step is to enter your URL. So for me, it's coding-crashcourse.com. And since I already got a certificate before, I already got this in my cache. So you have to enter your URL. I will just pick one and I'm good to go. And then you have to create new certificates. For me, I have the options to either replace or renew it or not. So I will just cancel the process, but you have to follow it. So it's pretty easy. Just always pick one or two, whatever you want to do. And after that, you got certificates inside the following folder: /etc/let's encrypt, and there you got live, and inside there the name of your domain, coding-crashcourse.com. And now you've got some files here. So let's cd in that folder, so cd in there, and if you run ls, we can see that we've got a cert.pem, a chain.pem, a full chain.pem, and a private key.pem. So we need the full chain.pem and the private key.pem for our Nginx service to work. The next step is to upload our app.py and the Docker Compose YAML and everything we need to our server. I use FileZilla, an FTP client, to do that. So just add your server to the server manager. Here you have to enter your IP address, use FTP as protocol, and then set your user. I use root. Like I said, for production, this is normally not the best way to do it, but it's the easiest way. And then you have to also provide the private key there so that you can actually connect. Then click on connect. So this UI reflects the exact same server structure than here. So as you can see, I created this service folder. So this is where I uploaded my files. So I will cd into that folder. And here we can see that here's my Docker file, Docker Compose YAML, models.yaml, and so on. So this is where I have my files. You can just drag and drop your files here, and this will be uploaded automatically. Since I use Docker Compose as orchestrator, we also have to install Docker. To do that, just navigate to docs.docker.com/engine/install/ubuntu. Navigate here to install using the apt repository. Just copy that command and paste it in your terminal. After that, install Docker. We install the Docker CLI, containerd as runtime, and also the Docker Compose plugin and some other stuff. So after that, just type docker ps, and if you don't get an error, then you're good to go. After that, just go to the folder where the Docker Compose YAML is. So again, you can check it like this, ls-l, and here's the Docker Compose YAML, and then just run docker compose up -d. So this will be run in the background. And now if you run docker ps, we can see that the services are running for some seconds. And now you can access your URL and see if everything works as expected. Okay, so this is my website. And if we go to /docs, this is the Swagger UI or Fast API, we can see our API endpoints. This is our data privacy. We could also enter it like this, so we can see the HTML version. So yeah, this works fine. Okay, now we have to do one last step, and that is to verify our domain at OpenAI. So now go back, go to your account, then click on settings, and then click on create a profile. There you will find your name and also your website probably grayed out. Then you have to select a new domain. So I will just delete my domain here. So I enter it again, coding-crashcourse.com, and then you will get a new TXT entry for your DNS provider. So we have to copy that, and now we have to go to DigitalOcean again. And there in our project, you can see this is our droplet. And below that, we've got domains. So I already entered my domain here. Just click on that. So you have to provide 3 NS records and 1 A record. And now we have to enter this TXT record. Just select TXT here and then just paste that string. So this will verify our domain. So here we just have to enter @ so this will just create codingcrashcourse.com. As you can see, hostname is now our URL and our string, this should now work. So now we can click on check and see if everything works, and we can see our domain was successfully verified. So now we are ready to go. Just close that. We go to our GPT, our own GPT, click on edit, and now we can publish our GPT. So we can publish it for ourselves, for someone with a link, but we want to publish it publicly. So we select publicly or public, then select the category, which is programming, and then let's now publish our GPT. This will take a few seconds. And now we got a link to our GPT, and we can also see, yeah, our GPT is publicly available. To verify that, we click on Explore GPTs, and there you can enter your name or the name of your GPT. And for me, it's Coding Crash Course. And yeah, that's our GPT, and we directly enter it with a new chat. So let's try it out. This is from the knowledge we inserted. Sorry, I was wrong, but GPT got it. That's provided by our website through the API. And to retrieve data from the API, you have to allow that. Just click on allow or always allow. So I will just allow it this time. And now we can see that GPT makes a request to our website. And here it answers. I found a video titled LangChain Advanced RAG Techniques for Better Retrieval Performance on the Coding Crash Courses YouTube channel. Great, our GPT is now publicly available and got the full capabilities OpenAI provides. Retrieval from a database and requests to an API. If you got any questions about this process, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, bye bye.